Hello, everyone. Welcome to Module 4, Lesson 2. We've come so far in this social media management course, and I'm so excited because today we're going to be teaching understanding social media analytics. And our last lesson for Module 4, which was last week, we spoke about social media advertisement, understanding social media advertisement, and all the basic things that you need to know concerning that. So today we're going to be teaching understanding social media analytics. And you know how, like, a lot of social media managers, they love to neglect the fact that you actually have to check your analytics, right? And I don't know, for some reason, people don't like to check it. And so that's what we're going to be talking about in this class, understanding social media analytics, why it's important to track it, tips on tracking your social media analytics, and all of that. Welcome, Priska. Welcome, Joanna. Good to see you guys here. Welcome. So let's just get right into the class. So for the agenda of the day, we are going to be looking at what are social media analytics, why is it important to track social media analytics, tips on monitoring and analyzing social media advertisements, what are social media metrics and examples of social media metrics. So this is kind of like two in one. So we're going to be teaching social media analytics and social media metrics as well, which is also under social media analytics as well. So yeah, so just a brief introduction. Welcome to Module 4, Lesson 2. Today we are talking about social media analytics, the numbers and statistics that helps you to understand how well your online efforts are doing. You learn how to see what's working, what's not, and how to make your social media game even better. So let's get right into it. So if you're just hearing about social media analytics for the first time, or I know so many people have heard about it, but it's not something that is well taught, right? That's why I'm going to be teaching that in this class, and also the basics. So I'm going to be teaching the basics for people that do not already know what social media analytics and metrics and all of that is all about. So yeah, let's just get right into the class. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you guys here. So yeah, first things first, what's social media analytics? And I'm sure a lot of people already know, but like for the sake of people that don't know, I'm just going to be touching on this, right? So the first point here says social media analytics are numbers that helps you understand and keep track of what's happening on your social media page. They're literally numbers, right? They're literally data. So for example, you post something on your social media and then you see the number of likes, the number of shares, and all of that. Those are social media analytics. They help you to understand and keep track on what is going on your social media page. Now imagine if you post on Instagram or any other social media platform and you don't see numbers, you don't see likes, you're not even sure if what you're doing is working or not, because there is no statistics or there's no number to prove it, right? So that is where social media analytics now comes in. It helps you to understand how your efforts are, what or how you're working out your social media and all of that basically. So the second point here says they are the metrics that show you the way, helping you measure success, tweak your strategies. And now I said they actually show you the way because I think last week I posted a particular content that went really viral, not viral per se, but it had a lot of engagement and all of that. And that made me realize that, oh my God, why was I not posting in this kind of way, or posting this kind of particular content before? So basically, that's what social media analytics does for you. It shows you, oh, this is what you should be doing now. That's why it's very important as a social media manager to always track your analytics, because if you do not track them, then how do you even know that what you are doing is working? You are not sure because you are just posting this and you're posting that and you're just posting anything. You are not tracking it. And for some reason, like even when I was starting out social media management, I don't know, I think I just used to be scared to check the analytics, maybe because it will not meet up to my standard, or it will not meet up to the amount of likes that I wanted. But it is important, in as much as you're like, oh my God, I did not get as much likes that I needed to get. It is more than that, right? Those are just vanity metrics. Those your social media analytics will now help you to say, okay, I think you should post in this kind of way, you should post this kind of content, because that way, by the time you put out your content, like your audience, they're engaging with this particular kind of content. So you should already know that, I think I should actually be posting in this sort of way. So that is literally what social media analytics are. It helps you to tweak your strategy. So let's say, for example, you use this particular strategy, you started posting reels, and then it did not work for you, then you can switch to something else, right? And then the third point here says social media analytics are the numbers and data that reveal how your social media content is performing. Literally, there are metrics like likes, shares, and comments, and that's why we're also talking about metrics as well here. We're not just talking about social media analytics. The metrics are not the measurements. They are the likes, they are the shares, they are the comments, they are the impressions, they are the number of reach that you get. So basically, that's what metrics are. And I hope now you understand what social media analytics are if you did not already know what it was. And then now, why is it important? Now, somebody may say, okay, so why is it important to actually like track my analytics? Why should I do that? Because I can as well just be posting and just keep posting and keep doing whatever it is that I'm doing as social media manager. Why do I need to track my analytics? And it is very important to do that. So the first point here says it helps you to gauge the success of your content and campaign. So for example, you have a new product and you want to run a campaign for it, a digital marketing campaign. So you want people to know more about the products, you want to promote the products, you want to advertise and all of that. So let's say you say, okay, for this, I'm going to do the campaign for 1 month, for a 1 week duration, for a 2 week duration, for a 1 month duration. Now that you are doing the ongoing campaign, whether you are just doing organic reach or you are doing you're trying to do advertisements and all of that, what social media analytics will not help you to do is to help you see if it's actually working or not. So for example, the strategy that you use, they will show you, it will show you whether it's working or not. The content that you post to show whether it is working or not, because no matter how it is, you see that people engage with it or people did not engage with it. You see your number of likes, you see your number of shares and all of that. So basically it helps you to gauge your the success of your content, right? And if you're a social media manager and then you're just posting and then you don't go back and now see, okay, what came out of this content, what number of impressions did I get, what number of reach, what percentage of people reach this my content, right? So you must always make sure that you gauge your content and your campaigns. It's not enough to just say, oh, I'm going to post today. There's more to social media management. That's why I tell people. And that is where social media analytics comes in. It's very important to check your analytics. And then the other point here says it helps to show you what is working and what's not working. I already said that before. I said it helps you to know, oh, this is working, I should do this. This is not working, I should stop doing this. I should tweak my strategy. I should change it, basically. So the third point here says social media analytics helps you to understand your audience behavior and preferences. Now, this is very important because on Instagram, for example, if you post a particular type of content, you will see the number of people that interacted with that content. You will see whether it was mostly male or mostly female and stuff like that. So that way, you now better understand that I feel like this content is tilting towards men or it's tilting towards women. And I think that I should do this content in this sort of way next time. So it helps you to understand your audience, the way your audience interacted. If they commented a lot on it, you should know that, oh, they really like this content. I think I should repurpose it. I should do it in another way, right? That they would also like it as well. So social media analytics helps you to understand your audience behavior better. You now come to understand them better that, oh, I think they like this. I think they prefer reels. They prefer reels instead of flyers. They prefer flyers instead of reels. And yeah, stuff like that. So that's why it's very important. So if you're a social media manager and before now you were not tracking your analytics, you were just turning deaf ears against it, you just post and then you don't check your analytics, this is time for you to actually start tracking your analytics, because it will help you to do better. It will help you to readjust your strategy. It will help you to know what to do better, to change your strategy and all of that. So yeah, that's why it is important to track your social media analytics. And we have more points here. The other point here says it helps you to know what social media platforms and content that perform best. So now your brand, let's say you have TikTok pages, you have Instagram, and you have Twitter as well. And for some reason, your TikTok pages to have a lot of engagement, you used to have a lot of audience engage with your post and all of that. Now the analytics will just show you that, oh, I think you should be posting more on TikTok because a lot of your audience, they are on TikTok and they engage with your content. So you'll be putting more energy on TikTok as against Instagram or as against Twitter, right? So that's what your social media analytics also helps you to do. It helps you to check, oh, this platform is performing better, I think I should stick to this, right? So I hope we understand it. Let me know in the comment section. Hope you are learning something new. And then the other point here says it helps you to adjust and readjust your social media strategy and improve over time. I already said this. When you see that something is not working for you, when you are tracking your analytics, you know what to do better, you know what to stick to, you know what strategies to stick to. And that's why it's very important to track your analytics, because if you're not tracking it, then I would just say that you're literally not doing anything. You're just literally just posting. Because when you are tracking it, it shows you a lot of things to do. It changes your perspective. It changes, oh yeah, it's telling you, oh, do this, don't do this, do that, don't do that, basically. And then I want you to know that for your advertisement efforts, when you're running advertisements, right, it's very important that you also check your social media insights. Because, for example, let's say you run ads on Facebook Ad Manager, which I'm going to be dropping tutorials on maybe during the course of the week, right? So let's say, for example, you run advertisements and you just leave the advertisement to run from beginning to end and you don't check on it. Let's say, for example, that advertisement doesn't now meet up to your standard. Let's say, for example, on Instagram or on Facebook, they will show you the number of impressions or whatever it is your goal is that you are likely to get with that particular budget or that particular money that you set aside for your ad. So let's say for 10,000 naira, they told you are going to reach like 10,000 people, for instance. So let's say you run the ad with that particular budget and then you don't get even up to 2K impressions. That is to tell you that something went wrong along the line. Either your targeting options were too narrow, or it was too big, or you did not add the locations. Something went wrong there. That's why it's very important to track your analytics, especially when you are running social media advertisements as well. So yeah, now tips on monitoring and analyzing your social media advertisements. First, let's say for example you post a particular content like maybe last week on your social media, and then this week you want to see how did this content really, like, how did it perform, how did people engage with it. So you can now say there's this thing on Instagram. I think you go to you can check your post and then you still view insights, right? And then from there you can also check like the number. You can change the metrics, so you can see account reach, you can see impressions, so you can just check change it and tweak it and then see whatever it is that you want to see. So make sure that you first of all decide what you want to measure. You want to measure your likes, you want to measure your share and your clicks. And also I also advise people that they should also use Meta Business Suite as well, because that is very detailed. It has all those charts and it has all those things that shows you your metrics and everything. Even from, you can even check from last year. It has this calendar thing where you can update from maybe 1 month period and check your analytics for 2 months, 3 months, quarter one, and all of that. And then the second step on monitoring your analytics, keep an eye on the numbers regularly. And there are lots of tools that you can use to check it. I already mentioned Meta Business Suite, even Hootsuite as well. You can use that as well. Just that is also a paid platform. So unless you want to pay for it, but I advise that you use Meta Business Suite. And the third point here says compare how your posts are doing. So which type of content gets more likes? Now, this is very tricky because some people feel like on social media, or like as a social media manager, I just keep saying it, but like it's not just about posting. Because there are lots of things, like by the time you start checking your analytics, then you start seeing that, oh my god, why was I've been missing on this thing since, like, why did I not do my content like this? And I give an example from the beginning. Like, there was one of my content that did really well, and I now actually check the analytics. I was like, why did a lot of people save this thing? Why did a lot of people share it? That's because it had a lot of value. Like, people had a lot to learn from it. So that when you start checking your analytics like that from time to time, it starts even giving you more inspiration of more things to do. So you're like, these people actually engage with this thing a lot. I think I should do my content this way next time. And then that really helps you. But if you're not checking your analytics, then you don't know what. See, analytics is very important because it's real life. It's a real life thing. So people are actually engaging with this content. They're actually commenting. They're actually sharing and all of that. So actually a good data. It is good data for you to now see, okay, this is what I should do my next time when I'm writing my strategy. This is what I should not do. So it helps you. It's very important. I really advise that after this class, you always make sure to try and check your analytics from time to time, and then use the information that you get or the data that you get to know what is working and what is not working. And then also remember the goals that you set for your ad campaign. So for example, you did advertisements, right? So let's say you wanted to do like brand awareness. So you wanted so your goal was traffic to your page so that more people will get to know your brand. So make sure that you always check your goals and you check that your social media analytics or the result that you get is aligned with your goals. So for example, you run ads for traffic or you run ads for clicks to your website, then you should now check if it actually like correlates with whatever it is that you set for your goal. And then the other point here says, don't just collect data, learn from it. And I said it, always learn from your data. It's not just there for looking sake. It's not just there for just being there sake. Always learn from it, right? So now come and think, okay, this is good. I think I should do this. I think I should do this next time. And yeah, that's about tips on monitoring and analyzing. Okay, we have more points here. So it said, based on what you find, make adjustment. And this is the same thing I just said before, right? Make adjustment, learn from it. Don't just say, oh, I'm just gonna just be posting anyhow. No, learn from it. For example, they like your audience really likes your carousel, they really like your videos. Do more of that. They like your reels, do more of that. There's a particular thing that people like, right? They like when they have to learn from your content and they can go and practicalize it even there and there as they're looking at your content. So do that. Make sure there's value in your content, and there's also a goal as well, which I spoke about in our previous lessons. Make sure you have a goal behind your any post that you put out there. It's not just enough to say, oh, I want to get likes, I want to get followers, I want to get comments. Make sure there's a goal behind that post. If not, it's literally just wasted efforts, because at the end of the day, you're not going to eat the likes, you're not going to eat the comments, right? It's the revenue or whatever it is that your goal is that you get from it, right? And then the other point here says, if you are working with a team or a client, share your findings. So as social media managers, some of us, we shy away from like sharing our analytics or our data with the people that we're working with. So for example, you have somebody that you are managing their account, and then you never show them the analytics. I think that the reason why people do that is because maybe they are scared that they will not reach their goals and all of that. But when you check your analytics, even motivates you to do more, because you're like, oh, this week I didn't get a lot of engagement, so I have to push better next week. I have to do better next week, right? So it's very important. Always try to share it as well. I know a lot of people shy away from it, but there's no need of running away from it, because at the end of the day, they are the owners of the account. They will want to see it one day or someday. So make sure you always try to share with them as well. So yeah, that's that about that concerning social media analytics. I'm sure you already understand what social media analytics are now, and why it's important to check your analytics as a social media manager, and the tips on monitoring and measuring your social media analytics. Now, social media metrics, I don't want to confuse you. It's literally just almost the same thing, just that your social media metrics are just the things that you measure, right, from your analytics. So they are the likes, they are the shares, they are the comments, they are the impressions, they are the clicks, and they're all of that. So it's basically just what you measure, right? And I know when I spoke about what's it called now, goals, setting goals as a social media manager, I said that it's very important that you make sure that your goals are specific and they are smart goals, basically. So your metrics are now what helps you to know if your goals are actually being achieved or not. So through your likes, through your shares, through your engagement rates, all of that, you can see if you're actually achieving your goals. So this is what you actually use to now track your goals, right? Your social media metrics. So if you don't know this before, now you know it. Please let me know if you're learning something new, or I'm just saying what you have known for like years now. I hopefully not. All right. And then now examples of social media metrics. Of course, we have likes and followers. These metrics count the number of people who have shown interest in your content by liking or by following your profile. We also have comments as well. I don't need to explain that too much. I'm sure you already know what comments are. It's a metric, it's a social media metric that shows how many people are engaging with your posts. So for example, you set a goal for your account that you want to get like so amount of followers, so amount of comments. This is how you measure it, right? And then the other point here, shares and retweets. On Twitter, of course, you have retweets. So you see how many people retweeted your tweet and all of that, and then you see how many people shared it as well. And then click-through rate is also a social media metric. So you see how many people clicked on your website, how many people took action, and all of that. Okay, no, click-through rate is not that they took action. They can click on it, they can click on your link or whatever on your website, and they might not take action. So that is not even taking action. Taking action is conversion. That means they've been converted. So click-through rate is just regular clicks. And then impressions, of course, they show the number of times people have seen your content or it has been displayed on their screen. So you can also use impressions to also measure your social media analytics as well. And then we have engagement rates. Of course, your engagements are your likes, they are your comments, they are your shares, and all of that. And then conversion rate, as I said before, conversion rate and click-through rate, they're not the same thing. Conversion is how many people took action. So for example, you wanted people to click on your website and register for an event. So if that particular person goes to your website and they register for your event, that means they have been converted. That is a conversion. That is also a social media metric, conversion rate as well. And then I'm sure with time you will get to know this better, because I'm going to be sharing like the tutorial on advertisements soon, so that you'll be able to do all of that. And then yeah, we also have clicks. Of course, clicks are just like, so those are clicks. And then we have follower growth as well, number of people, how your audience are expanding over time, and all of that. And then bounce rate. This is very interesting. So somebody can go to your website and then they just scroll through the first page, and then they just like X the website, they just exit. They are bounced audience, so they didn't really interact with your website at all. They just came through it, just a few glance, and they just like left. So yeah, that's what bounce rate is about. And then reach, of course, the number of people that see your content. And then of course, I'm sure you already know what video views are. Not the number of people that come across your videos, that view your videos, and all of that. So yeah, thank you very much. This was a very short class. Let me know if you learned something new today concerning social media analytics. We're running up the course, so we're just learning everything that we need to know concerning social media management. Let me know if you learned something new concerning social media analytics, social media metrics, and if you're actually going to be checking your analytics as a social media manager. So I hope I'm not just teaching you for teaching sake, and you actually take my advice and you actually start tracking your social media analytics. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to see you in our next class tomorrow. And yeah, thank you so much. Let me know your feedback. Let me know if you're feeling the class, if you learned something new, and all of that. So thank you so much, and bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.